hyper-divisive world of politics and social media, we're often confronted with a rising tide of political correctness. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI for short, has become a trigger word on both sides of the spectrum. It causes one side to cringe and the other to get warm fuzzies inside. But what the heck does that even mean? As adults living in a progressive society, we certainly do want inclusion, and certain captains of industry have even stated that the marketplace of ideas can surely benefit from more viewpoints. A new film by Matt Walsh places the acronym in its crosshairs. The film's director doesn't actually describe his film as a documentary, but rather a social experiment. Some have even described it as a mockumentary, just like Borat by Sacha Baron Cohen. Movies have two basic reasons for existing: to educate or entertain. Borat leans heavy on the entertainment camp, whereas I'm a Racist was Matt Walsh putting together a film that's more informative and just sprinkled with gags and comedic elements. The film begins with a comic intro and is followed by a host of interviews and gags that play to his message. To facilitate his point, he invites the audience to go with him on a journey deep inside the DEI Industrial Complex. This culminates in a finale where he explains his thesis to an audience in a speech to unsuspecting yet applauding restaurant guests. His conclusion is meant to be played for laughs, but it really delivers a strong and unique message, one that I actually haven't heard before. And that's it. That's the story. Did it work? Did I learn something? Was I entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Yes, and yes. After the Borat sequel, I was really done with this type of humor and felt that Sacha Baron Cohen had milked the subgenre dry. The sequel was a little bit predictable and seemed kind of mean-spirited. I don't feel that Matt was at all mean-spirited, but that's something you might have to judge for yourself. Although he did push the boundaries, which is what we expect and which is what entertains. It works for me in the most part, and when it works, it really works. I had my sides splitting from laughing. He mostly approaches the interviews with respect while allowing his progressive DEI certified persona play up his angle. He really gets the interviewees to become caricatures of themselves and shows their position to be untenable in the larger social fabric. The Robin DiAngelo scene is especially hilarious, and he once again pushes his boundaries. He isn't crass or demeaning, he just uses some word kung fu to get her to take her position to its logical conclusion. While displaying a graphic on the screen of what these interviewees requested just to talk to him and educate white society on all their ills, he makes a point apparent that there are more nefarious goals behind this movement. Another especially hilarious scene involves Matt creating his own DEI seminar and his guests reacting to the curriculum. It's amazing to see just how far a couple of the participants will go and just how much anger they have inside, literally cursing and badgering one of the guests. The audience scores an astounding 98%, but only 80% by critical reviewers. Now, there's only 10 of them, so I don't know if a lot of the mainstream reviewers want to get in on this. It might be a little too hot for them. All in all, I think it's a movie to go watch. It's ranked number 4 at the box office right now, and I think it has some legs. Well, if you found this entertaining or informative, go ahead and click on that like button and subscribe. And as always, keep watching movies.